Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Ask Jesse Answer time. Question number one comes to us from TL Woods, and TL asks, how do you master patience? I love this question because oftentimes we look at things like patience as it's something we have to do. If we're impatient, that means we need to learn to be more patient. And I don't always necessarily agree with that. I think that our impatience can often be a great reminder of us maybe having things that we know are more important to us, or we find of deeper value to ourselves, and it's just a reminder like, hey, get this going so you can do the things that really matter most to you. I'll find myself sometimes when I'm finishing up, I've had a meeting or I've gone to have lunch with a friend, and you have that time where there's a lingering, right? It's like lunch is done, the bill's been paid, and then one person just won't finish their water or their coffee or whatever they're drinking. For me, I get to this point where I'm just like, okay, we got to wrap this up. Some might call it impatience, and the reason is because I'm thinking about the things that I want to be doing after that. I've set aside my block of time to meet with my friend. Now it's running over, and I have some other stuff that I'm really excited about getting to, really excited about moving on to. So sometimes patience can really be a reminder of that. Sometimes I'll find myself getting impatient in doing things like paying bills. I don't particularly enjoy doing that, but what I do enjoy doing is once the bills are done, having it and using that time to do the things I really enjoy doing. So sometimes my patience will remind me when I'm paying bills to really focus in and get it done, so that way I have the free time that I want to have to be able to do the things I really want to do. Now, with that being said, if patience is something that continues to elude you or is an obstacle, I find that for me, one of the things that helps me be patient when I may not want to be is to find some more empowering meaning in the moment. Meaning that, let's say for example, I'm standing in line at the grocery store, and there's a long line, it's slow, it's inevitable it's going to be slow, and I want to get out of there. I might start to want to get impatient. And how I would remind myself to be patient is to look around and remind myself of things like, boy, I'm sure I'm grateful that I have the money to be able to go and buy this food. Wow, it's nice to be able to have such a clean grocery store to shop in. Boy, wonder what people are buying food for. Maybe they're going to enjoy some time with their friends, their family. But it sure is nice to get outside and enjoy the fresh air and see the people and be able to experience this process with them and be a part of the community. So those are some things that help me remind me to, again, be patient in those moments where I may not want to be impatient. So to master it, I can't tell you that because I haven't mastered patience yet, nor am I anywhere near close to it. But what I can do is share with you those tips that I just did that I use to help me be more patient when I need to be, and when I find myself being impatient, reminding myself that all I'm really doing is focusing, reminding myself, it's like an alarm going off my head, that I have some other stuff I want to focus on. The second question I want to address today is oftentimes I see this come through is people struggling to make a decision, with some indecision. And one of the questions I would pose to you for you asking yourself and making a decision, especially if you're deciding to do a program or anything you have to spend money on, is ask yourself this: is the investment going to be something that I can recoup the value on? Meaning, if you have a program you want to do that's going to be $100, can, by you doing the program, get at least $100, if not more, in return from it? $101 is a baseline, right? That way you're making a profit. Now here's the thing. Oftentimes when we're investing in things like education or programs or whatnot, or anything, maybe it's to get our car fixed, we're not necessarily going to get an immediate monetary return. $100 goes out of our bank account and we might not see that $100 come back into it for a long time. But what we will see is a change in ourselves, an enhancement in our quality of life, a greater sense of purpose and well-being, maybe a deeper sense of happiness and love and self-awareness and self-fulfillment. Maybe we find a deeper sense of gratitude. Maybe what we take and we learn from these programs that we do is we use it to learn, to grow, to expand ourselves professionally, to take ourselves to a new level that we haven't been at before. And perhaps by doing that, we'll be able to grow in any aspect of our life we want to. I know when I first started exercising, I would spend money on supplements that I didn't necessarily have the money for, but I believed that I could get something back from it. And I can tell you that the 50 or $100 I spent at that time and for the supplements, the money I didn't necessarily have, gosh, I've gotten tens of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars in value back from that experience of exercising. And when I say millions of dollars, it's not necessarily saying that there's millions in my bank account. What it's saying is just how I feel about myself. If I were to put a description about it, if I were to describe the value, all the friends, all the positive experiences I've gotten from exercise, the self-discipline, the self-respect I've learned from it. If I had to put a price tag on it, what would that be worth to me? Thousands, millions, tens of millions? Probably somewhere in there. I can tell you all from experience of when I invest in trainings, doing additional courses for myself. Some of them are pretty expensive, and some of them I've paid for that I definitely didn't have the money right then. But I can tell you this, that if I went into the mindset with deciding to get value back from it, deciding to get more value out of it than what I invested into it, I've always been able to do that. It didn't necessarily mean I got it back right away. We all want that instant gratification, right? Oh, here, I'm going to give you this and you give me this back. But over time, it's paid dividends in what I've learned, how I've grown, and it will continue to pay for the rest of my life. So when looking at making a decision, ask yourself, can you get more value out of this than you're going to put in for your initial investment? If the answer is yes, go for it. Go for it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't do this, oh, well, should I not? Go for it. Because you'll have your whole rest of your life to make the money back, but you only have right now to really enjoy and take yourself to a level that you could be at. All right? I hope this has been of value to you. Any questions at all about any of the things I shared, please leave them below. Also, I always love reading your comments and seeing what you all think. I look forward to doing this again. I put the post up every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time for Ask Jesse. You can just leave your questions there, and then I always answer them on Mondays. All right? Thanks everybody for watching. I look forward to doing this again in the near future. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye-bye.